This is the update of Nnamdi Kanu's court proceedings today. Take a seat while we run you through what happened in court today. The marked witness 4 has moved to the witness box and introduced himself as a DSS agent. The prosecuting counsel now asked him a question. Do you know who Nnamdi Kanu is? The marked witness said, yes, he is IPOB leader Nnamdi Kanu, who has been calling for the break-up and secession of Southeast from Nigeria. Prosecuting counsel, how can you describe him? He is a terrorist. How did you know? How did you know him? I knew him when he was arrested in Lagos and he incites people through Radio Biafra. Where did he keep the transmitter used in airing Radio Biafra? Nnamdi Kanu kept it in one Benjamin Madubugwu's house at Ubilisi-Uzo, who was assigned to carry out the transmitter search. I was to carry out the search, locate the transmitter and retrieve it. So the witness said he was the one that was appointed to carry out the search and retrieve it. The prosecuting counsel moved towards the witness box and shows the marked witness the search warrant for the transmitter. The prosecuting counsel then asked, in whose name was the search warrant issued? In the presence of Madubugwu at his house in Ubilisi-Uzo. The presiding judge has raised eyebrow on live reports and transcription of court proceedings. In other words, he doesn't want further reports and prefers secret trials, but we must continue. So the judge was, not happy about transmission of the court proceedings, but we shall proceed. The prosecuting counsel then asked, what are the contents of the container you found at Madubugwu's house? The witness said 2 pump-action guns, live bullets, 2 pistols and cartridges. We ordered Benjamin Madubugwu to open the transmitter, and when he did, we only saw household items. The prosecuting counsel then asked, is what you are holding in your right hand the same video that was handed over to you for the transformer or transmitter investigation? The marked witness said, yes, it is. The video evidence has been tendered by the prosecuting counsel and presiding judge marked it as an exhibit. After admitting the video in evidence, the presiding judge orders the prosecuting counsel to play the video in court. The video containing alleged transmitter and container is currently being played in the court. While the court watches the screen, displays Nnamdi Kanu opening the container and telling his people that he will be sending a transmitter to Nigeria for Radio Biafra to air and for the gospel of Biafra resounding at the doorsteps of freedom lovers. The video ended. Then the prosecuting counsel asked, where was the transmitter found? He now said, the transmitter was found in Benjamin Madubugwu's house. He now said, did you obtain the statement of Benjamin Madubugwu? They said, yes, he wrote this statement. Benjamin Madubugwu's statement has been tendered as an exhibit by the prosecuting counsel. The defense counsel stood up and objected to the tendering of Mr. Benjamin's statement as evidence because he is not a confidant anymore. Those of you who support DOS, we are going to allow you so that your eyes will be clear. I believe by now your eyes is clear. The Nnamdi Kanu's lawyers stood up and said that they can't accept the statement of Benjamin Madubugwu because he is no longer a confidant of Nnamdi Kanu. You see, Nnamdi Kanu has discovered their atrocities, their sabotage against him. he is no longer a confidant, and that is why you don't see him in court. And that is why all the time they will come out and say, we went to court, we saw Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, we went to prison, we saw Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, he said you should stop. Simon Ekpa, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said you should stop. And we were telling people, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu never told you anything, because we know the atrocities you have committed. Today, the lawyers of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has confirmed it, saying that he is no longer a confidant. Remember when Simon Ekpa made the exposition about how they were frolicking with governors and causing mayhem in Southeast? This is the outcome. Now, the presiding judge overrules the objection and proceeds to admit it as an exhibit. Admittance is not tantamount to credence. Hence, the defending counsel will be given an opportunity to discard the alleged container and transmitter exhibits. So this was what transpired. Then the case continued. The marked witness is done reading the alleged statement of citizen Benjamin Madubugwu, and cross-examination by the prosecuting counsels then continues. The prosecuting counsel then asks again, in your 25 years of service in Southeast, how would you describe the atmosphere of the region? The marked witness said, IPOB has made life difficult for Easterners due to their terrorist activities. In fact, all members of IPOB are ESN. They enforce Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's instructions by attacking security agents, especially Hausa Fulani. As this guy mentioned the Hausa Fulani, the court all shamed him with a resounding laughter. When he mentioned the Hausa Fulani, they laughed him because they know all he is saying are all lies. Because you can't say all IPOB members are ESN. IPOB stands for Indigenous People of Biafra. Are you saying everybody, every indigenous person of Biafra is an ESN member? It is a very big lie, a very fat lie. And then you can't say Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a terrorist, that his activities is causing the lives of citizens of the Easterners. It is not true. It is not true. Evidences abound, even the ones we posted today and posted to Finland. Evidences abound that the people who are causing the mayhem is the Nigerian military and police and their Ebubago counterparts who visited Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's house and that caused his disappearance for some years. Who? Is it not the military? They went to his house and did all manner of the rubbish they did there, killed so many persons, and they were prosecuted in court, and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu won that case. So what is this person saying? They continue to lie. This is how they roll in this country. They are full of rubbish. Now, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu issues out instructions. The masked witness continues by saying that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu issues out instructions, especially every 30th of May, which he tagged Biafra Day. He issues out threats on Radio Biafra, and his members engage in attacks on government agencies. This is the cooked up lies that they continue to do. Prosecuting counsel, how did they gather information on the issues of threats? He was now asking the witness, how do you gather information on the issues of these threats? The marked witness said, DSS facility listens to all Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's broadcasts. They listen to all Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's broadcast. Everything, they listen to it. So whatever you are doing, know that this DSS officer, they are listening to whatever you are doing. All your broadcast, they have assigned somebody to listen to it. Now, the prosecuting counsel went on and said, who is Ikonso? He said, the masked witness now said, he is one of the feared IPOBSN members. To buttress their ploy on Ikonso being the mastermind of Imo Correctional Center attack, the prosecuting counsel placed Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's emergency broadcast. This was the broadcast Mazi Nnamdi Kanu made in memory of fallen hero Ikonso, who was brutally killed in his hometown by the Nigeria security agents. Now, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, teary and mourning broadcast, he stated, Ikonso, this is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's statement. He said Ikonso was not shot or killed in a battlefield, but in his father's house while sleeping at wee hours. The Enugu State governor was chased by Fulani herdsmen. Rather than going after them, they chose to eliminate an innocent man. We will mourn Ikonso. He is a gallant hero. the Imo State Governor Hope Uzodinma approached Ikonso to manage Madubugwu, and he spat at his offers. So what Mazinam Kanu here is saying that Ikonso was offered to come and head Madubugwu by Hope Uzodinma, and Ikonso refused and spat on his offers. Then they say because of that act of refusal, they planned and killed Ikonso in his father's compound. So this is what transpired in court today. Though they were against transmission or transcription of court proceedings emanating from the court, but then we were able to gather one or two informations to let our people know what is transpiring in court today. So this is how everything transpired, and this is an eye-opener to all and sundry, all peoples of Biafra. You must understand that the times we are in, saboteurs are everywhere. And you must be very careful and vigilant and observant in everything you do, so that you will not be communicating with saboteurs, people who have been paid to destroy you. This is Star News TV Biafra 1. Thank you for listening. It is Biafra First. The case was then adjourned to 16th, 18th, and 19th of June 2025. Also, the case of Simon Ekpa was adjourned to next week, Tuesday. Thank you for listening.